Yeah. Okay. So now, when we are just starting with our statistical analysis, as I told you, statistics is always dependent on averages, okay, or aggregate of facts. So the initial data, how we are collecting and all, we are not working on it right now. Okay, we are just looking into what techniques are applied in order to generate the averages. So the first one we will be learning measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency, which is nothing but the other name for average. Central tendency represents a name for average. So in this, we are going to study mean, median, mode. I hope you all are familiar with this. Mean, median, mode.
Yes,
Few of
ma'am.
you might have studied them already. So very quickly, we'll just go through this kind of information. We'll just go through these problems very quickly. Okay, I shared you mean and median. So we'll just today look into mean and median problems. So first thing, in order to just look into it. So I hope you all can see the board clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now if you see, for mean, first mean is nothing but the average of the values given. Okay, so first I'll just discuss about the formula part and then we will actually go into it. So mean, always we represent, in statistics, we always represents our values with X, our decision variables with X. Okay, that is very, very important, which we need to make a note. Always the decision variables are represented with X. So mean, we all know it is represented by X bar, where when we take the mean, the summation of X divided by N. Girls, though it is called sigma, in our statistical terms, we need to call it to be a summation. Okay, so summation of X divided by N, because later we will also be using this sigma for standard deviation. So this I'm just calling it to be as summation, don't get confused. So summation of X divided by N, where N is nothing but sample. Okay, so in if there is also uh, there is also a term frequency. Frequency represents the count. Like, let us take an example. When that scenario comes, I'll try to clearly explain you. Now students are joining, so it's a little bit interruptions. So in this scenario, when frequency comes into picture, it is summation of f into x divided by n. There is also one more method, shortcut method. We try to simplify the data. If the data is numerous, we try to simplify the data. In which way? We take d, a new term d is introduced, where d is nothing but is equal to x minus a, and a is constant. Girls, if you don't follow, please let me know. Anyhow, if still there is any doubt while solving problem, I'll let you know. So d is equal to x minus a. In this scenario, your x bar will be a plus summation of f into d divided by n. If there is no frequency, a plus summation of f divided by, summation of d divided by n. So this is with frequency and without frequency. And similarly, we also have one more method, which is step deviation method. For this, we represent it to be as a plus summation of f into d. Mostly when frequency is there only, we use this formula. So summation of f into d into I, where a we already know, which is a constant. F where d is equal to, now d formula will be changing, x minus a divided by I. Okay, so where I is nothing but class interval. When it is a continuous data, then we will see that. Okay, girls, am I clear with all this? Yeah. So now, any doubt in this formula representation? I think I'm clear. I'm just continuing with the problems. Okay. Now, okay, now can you see the questions, girls, which I shared you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So these
Yes,
questions
ma'am.
will just work out roughly. Yeah. So if you see the first question, the following table is given, monthly income of 10 employees in an office. Okay. So they gave us income and we need to take the average. Why I took this question is there are 3 types of data. Okay. Now I'm just closing this question because I need to. Okay, we have 3 types of data. The first one we call it to be as individual data, which is an example of our first problem. Our first problem is an example for individual data. Second one, we have discrete data. Our second solved problem is an example for discrete data. And third one, we have continuous data. So these are the 3 kinds of data we can see in statistical problems where we try to use it for decision making. So now, if you go back to the first question, they gave us income of 10 people. Okay, so directly I'm just okay, first problem, let me write 4780 5760. Girls, so this is the given data which is in the first problem. Girls are still joining now. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? We need as this kind of data where there is no head and tail. They just informed in the question. It is an income of 10 employees. What is the age group? What is the experience? In which cadre or in which department the employees are working? Such kind of information is not given. So there is no head and tail for this information. Not even the company is mentioned. Okay, so it is just like an individual data, a rough data which is given to us, and we need to find out the average income. So we all know the formula, which is x bar is equal to summation of x. There is no frequency for the given data divided by n. So summation of x, when we total this, we got summation of x value to be as 62650. Okay, so n value is, they gave in the question itself, anyhow we know 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So n is equal to 10. So using this, our mean is 62650 divided by 10, which is rupees. The income, the average income or the mean income of the employees is rupees 6265. Am I clear with this? Any doubt? Any doubt, girls?
No, ma'am.
Can I
No,
proceed
ma'am.
to the second question?
Yes, ma'am.
We will see an example of, that is the reason, girls, I told you just keep a printout of the questions which I shared you. Don't ignore it. Okay. So
We
now if
have
you
the
see,
printout.
yeah, you all have printout, so you can follow me because it becomes difficult for me to share the question and again get back to the problem. So now if you see the second question, they gave us marks. Now in this question, we also have number of students, which is nothing but frequency. So in what way we call it as frequency, girls? Frequency is nothing but the count. Like for the given problem, let us take an example. If marks 20 is being gained by 8 number of students, 8 students got 20 marks, 12 students got 30 marks, 20 students got 40 marks. In that way, we can elaborate what is frequency and in what way it is related to count. So now if you see this kind of data, they are not speaking about why we call it to be as discrete data is, they're not speaking about What about 21, 22? Generally, we know the mark starts from 0 to, let us assume because 70 is the highest, 0 to 70. But there is lot of information which is missing. There might be 21 marks, 22 marks, 23 marks, or 33, 35, like that. The in-between values are missing. So in such kind of scenario, we call this kind of data to be as discrete data. It is partially given. It is not, earlier it was no information was given, no head and tail for the given data. Now in the second stage, partial information is given, but it is not complete. So that is the reason we call this kind of data to be as discrete data. So here we need to take always Fn is equal to, when frequency is given, girls, blindly you need to remember. Earlier we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Earlier it was 10 income, 10 people's income. But now whenever frequency is given, every time remember, total of frequency is nothing but n. That is the main difference between individual data and discrete or continuous data, whatever we are going to see later. So the total of this is 60. Okay, and we will use shortcut method. We will use this formula where x bar, we'll just try applying new formula also, girls. So that is the reason, a plus summation of f into d divided by n. Okay, we are going to use this just shortcut method, girls, this formula. So for that I need to derive d. This I'm anyhow naming it as x. So d is nothing but x minus a. So a, let us take some mid value from x values. So now if you see, this is an even series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values are there. So we will just take this to be as a, some mid value, either third value or fourth value. I just took third value. Am I clear? So now, so a is equal to 40. So now when we apply this, check d, how it modifies. 20, x is 20. 20 minus a is 40. So it is minus 20. 30 minus 40 minus 10, 40 minus 40 0, 50 minus 40 minus 50 minus 40 10, 60 minus 40 20, and 70 minus 40 30. So we don't need summation of this, we need summation of f into d. So our new column will be f into d. Okay, so 8 2s are minus 160 minus 120, 0, 100, 6 2s are 12, 120, 4 3s are 12, 120. So when we do summation of f into d, we got it to be as 60. So now we have all the values, girls. A is equal to 40 plus summation of fd is 60, n value which we already calculated, which is 60. So 60, 60 gone, don't assume it to be 0. So 60 by 60, 61s are, so 1 will be remaining. So for x bar is 41 for the given discrete data. Am I clear? Any doubt in this?
Ma'am, can you please repeat the formula for mean in discrete series, ma'am?
We are just using it is also a formula for mean, but we are using a shortcut method. Okay, as of now for our given information. Okay, as per our, one of your friend is asking, how did we get A? Okay, I'll let you know. So if you see this, where am I? Yeah, okay. Though this data is very small, we have only 6 values in this, but when it is a huge amount of data, what we try to use, we try to deviate our x value. D represents deviation. Okay, so we try to deviate our x value. In order to deviate, what did we do? We picked one of the mid value, some center value from this given x variables. So I just took 40, which is mid value. Now 6 values are there. I can take either 40 or 50. I just picked 40 here. Okay, which is the mid value. So that is how A is 40. We are just deviating it though, and we are balancing. We subtracted A from all the values here, and we are adding by balancing that particular equation of A. And this formula, A plus summation of F into D divided by N. Okay, in this we are not taking class interval. I can also take class interval, but I'll do it in the next later part where we use continuous series. So in this, what we did, we took the deviations. So A, we got it to be as one of the mid value, summation of F into D. We have F values given, we calculated D value, we multiplied these two. 8 into 20 gives you 160, 12 into 10. So that is how we got summation of FD value, and we substituted it in the formula. I think how to take F if X are odd. If X is odd, simple middle value. Now let us assume if there is 80 here. Let us just take an assumption if there is 80 here. Okay, 7 values are there. So obviously the mid value will be A. Understood? Whoever raised that out. I think am I clear with the one who asked me question about the formula?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear, ma'am.
Okay. So can I proceed to the
Ma'am?
next? Yeah.
I have it. N should be the number of values there, no, ma'am?
Yes.
Or
N
else
should
it's
be that when frequency is there, remember blindly, ma, when frequency is given, N is always the total of frequency.
okay.
Blindly, you need to remember it is like a, it's like a universal truth. Like how sun rises in the east, like that, if frequency is given, N is equal to total of frequency. That's it.
Okay. But in previous we took the total number.
Earlier, do we have frequency in our first problem? Just look into it. Did they give us frequency?
No, they didn't give.
They didn't give us frequency. So that is the reason, because there is no frequency, we just took count of number of employees in that particular question. But in our second question, where it is a discrete data, they gave us frequency. So that is the reason we took it. Can you provide formula for mean, median, and mode? I'll do it, Ma. Right now we are discussing on mean. Maybe you joined late, Safa. I already shared formula first and then started with problems. Girls who joined late, we can't do anything. We already clearly started with formulae first and then started with problems. You need to be on time to class. Okay, girls, am I clear with the second problem? Still any more doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see third one also. So most of your doubts will be more clear. I mean, all your questions will be more clear when we see the third kind of problem. So third problem, I told you people to try, I gave it as homework, but fourth one, which is a bit critical, I just picked it up to solve it. Okay, I'm just working on fourth problem. Third, you can try it out and let me know. Now they gave us marks. This is a continuous series, girls. Before writing the remaining data, girls, now what is happening? In earlier problem, when we saw discrete series, it was like 10, 20, 30, like that. I said the values between 10 and 20, 20 and 30 are missing. But now the information is partially correct, but after 9 to 10 also we have some decimals which are missing. 9.1, 9.2, 9.3 and so on are missing. So we know this is continuous data. This particular data is continuous data. But still there is little correction. There is an error in the given data. We need to make it continuous. So in order to make this is very, very important, girls. Please pay attention, because even for standard deviation kind of problems where you can expect an exam, they can give you these kind of data just to increase the criticality of the problem. Okay. So when this kind of data is given to you and when it is not continuous, how the continuous data must be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. It must be first of all in this form. Whatever it is ending with, okay, we call this as lower limit and this as upper limit. Whatever the previous class upper limit, the lower limit of the next class must also be the same. Like we ended with 10 and again it is starting with 10. So this kind of data, I try to call it to be as a continuous data. But now if you see the given information, though it is continuous data, there is a little error where a value of one value is missing. So now if you see how to make it continuous, I'm just taking the difference of lower limit of previous class and upper limit of current class. If I just take this way, 10 minus 9, it is giving, I just took these two girls, 10 minus 9, which is giving you 1 as the difference. So this particular 1 is missing in this continuous data, where this is the error. So in order to make it equal, I just took two values. Now take the average of this, which is 1 divided by 2 average, because I took difference of two values. So that is the reason we are getting here 2, and which is 0.5. So this value, you need to subtract lower limit minus 0.5, and you need to add for the upper limit. So now you see how the new data will be. It will be more clear when I just write it off. So 0 lower limit, no, 0 is lower limit. So 0 minus 0.5 gives you minus 0.5 to upper limit plus 0.5, which is 9.5. Same thing, 10 minus 0.5 gives you 9.5. 19 plus 0.5 gives you 19.5. So that it continues. Did you understand this, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can see the data is complete. Wherever the previous class upper limit is ending, the lower limit is also the same for the next class. Wherever it is ending, it is same. Wherever it is ending, it is same. So this is how the data is continuous. This is the error, what occurred here. We just try to remove that small error in the current information. Who couldn't get into the video call? Okay, now, fine. Am I clear with this calculation, girls? You know, though the data is continuous data, there is little error. So the error is 1. Okay, and the 1 we took the average, and we derived 0.5. So from that error value 1, where we are able to take its average, which is 0.5, and subtracting it from the lower limit and adding to the upper limit to make the series continuous. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes,
after
ma'am.
this, we will just go with the whatever is given to us. They gave us frequency. Okay. So the frequency is given to us 4, 6, 10, 15, 8, 7. Yeah, 7. So now this is frequency. They also, okay. With this, whenever frequency is there, immediately make sure you represent it as n clearly, directly, immediately, so that you will not have any confusion. So where n is, when we total it, we got it to be as 50. The next, we need to derive, only marks are given, it is a continuous series. We need to derive x value. We don't have x value till now. So how to get x value? What will I do? I'll take
Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2.
Yes, very simple. Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Girls, in order to use space, I'm just keeping here x. Okay, I'll use this space for calculation. So we have our lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay, the average of lower limit and upper limit. So now if you see minus 0.5 plus 9.5, we are getting it to be as 9. Yes, divided by 2, which is 4.5.
4.5.
Understood, girls? Now there is also one small logic. For everything you no need to calculate. You can see the class interval. So if you see for first one, if you are getting confused, find out for the next last one. The class interval is nothing but difference of upper limit minus lower limit, where our class interval is 10. 19.5 minus 9.5 gives you 10. So just keep on adding 10 to your first value. 14.5. 24.5, 34.5, 44.5, and 54.5. If you calculate also, you will get the same thing. This is just to simplify your process. Okay? Am I clear? Am I clear? Then
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am going to use this particular formula now. I'm just erasing all this part. just want to show you which formula I am going to use. We will use step deviation method, girls. So for this, the formula is x bar is equal to a plus summation of f into d divided by n into I. I'm using I also because it is a continuous class interval where d is equal to x minus a divided by I. Okay, now let us see how we are able to derive this. So now I'm just taking d, girls, first, where it is x minus a divided by I. I'm writing here what is a. Now you see, girls, how many values we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 again. Again, we have 6 values. Earlier, I took third value, no? Now we will take this one as a value. Am I fine? So all your confusions will also be clear. So I'm just taking this as your a value, where a is 34.5. We just calculated I. I is nothing but difference of any of these upper and lower limits, girls. So 39.5 minus 29.5 is 10. So I is 10. So when I substitute, just check, x value is 4.5. So 4.5 minus 34.5 gives you, I'll just write it here, 4.5 minus 34.5 divided by 10. So it gives you minus 30 by 10, which is nothing but minus 3. So that is how minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. So this is how we will be able to simplify when I'm using shortcut method using the formula where d is equal to x minus a divided by I. Okay. So now f into d. Girls, am I clear? You can substitute any value. For example, if I take this 2 value, see x value is 54.5 minus 34.5 divided by 10. So which is 20 by 10, which is 2. You can substitute also and check. That is the beauty of using a deviation where you try to simplify. Now it is easy, no need to use a calculator also. 4 3s are 12, 6 2s are 12, okay, minus 10, 0, 8, and 14, where your summation of f into d, you got it to be as minus 12. Okay, remember, don't forget to use negative values. Try to retain the negative value clearly and correctly in order to avoid mistakes. So now if you see, I have all the values. A is 34.5 plus summation of f into d, we have it is to be as minus 12. N value, we have it to be as 50 into I, which is 10. So when I'm substituting this, we got the value to be, after applying and substituting, we got the value to be as 32.1. X bar is equal to 32.1. Now any doubt, please let me know. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Girls,
This is step deviation method, no, ma'am?
yeah, step deviation method.
Okay.
You can ask me doubts, girls. Meanwhile, I'm just taking your attendance. I'm just calling out your names: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 21.
20, ma'am.
20 is also there. Okay. 24, 25, 26, 27.
21, ma'am.
21 I counted.
21.
No? I mentioned.
Okay, ma'am.
28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Girls, most of you joined very late. From next time, I'll stop inviting. When I start class, I'll just stop adding you people. If you're late to class, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Who's who someone they didn't name anything, something it is showing as WSTAG90X0. Please rename yourself. Maybe your roll number 20.
Ma'am, 36.
I gave ma 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Initial numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Did I miss any number? Girls, now you're open to ask doubts. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Today we'll close with this, and median we will continue in our next class on Saturday.
Ma'am.